likely kailangan ng Windows. Pero saan ko kukuha ng legit Windows? Daming options, daming prices. Buti na lang, may cdkeyoffers.com. Madali lang ang order. Search for the software you need, add to cart, daan ka sa payment options nila.
Wala pang 5 minutes, finished! May legit working CDK ka na para sa Windows mo.
Gamitin ang aming code para makakuha pa ng discounts.
Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkeyoffers.com.
This question. The first one.
We're live. Hey, yo! Hello, welcome to another show of Pwede Magtanong. I'm Rafael from Hardware Sugar, and what's up, Internet? So, I don't think I saw the chat. Uy, I lost the... How do we bring back the chat again on OBS? Tools. Elgato timer, OBS. Hello?
Nasa doc yun eh. Parang you enable one of the doc.
Duplicate, rename tools.
Nasa chat, nasa YouTube siya.
No, I mean like, kasi, well, actually,
yeah.
well, kasi ano yan, yung ginawa ni Anton, late pa ng chat, bro. Can't read it. I wonder what we did there before.
Ano? Mas malaki na siya kaysa dati.
I don't know, man. I can't read that. Docs. Okay, here we go. Okay. Nawala. Hold on, guys. I need to get that chat. Oh, man. Okay, I can't read. Kaya na lang. Just jump in na lang if you see a comment you want to reply to. I can't read it eh.
Ikikik ko na to si Rafael Ismail eh. Ha? Mukhang disruptive sa chat eh. Ngayon ko lang nakita yung chat.
Wala eh. Bros, nawala. Anyway, so we're gonna start off. Anyway, are we reading anything from the chats? Can you guys read the chats? Can you guys read the chats?
Yeah, yung sa YouTube, yeah.
Okay, bros, can you read the chats?
Somebody read it at Facebook. I thought you read it from Facebook.
Sorry guys, what do you call it? We're having we had a little bit of a OBS problem before we started. And now I can't the chat's so small. I have to help naka-flicker yung monitor ko. Anyway, so I leave it up to our three panelists here to catch the chat, which I can't read right now. I will start off with the first question of the day. Walang shoutouts. All right, our first question, which will bring it down, is... Uy, nawala.
The first question, actually, for context, it's about the MC310 Deep Cool mouse that Rafael reviewed. The review is on our YouTube channel. He really liked it, but one of the comments was this first question.
Yeah, Cherax says the mouse is good, but when you try the mouse with optical sensor, you can't go back. So ano yan, I didn't reply to this comment yet. And it's because hindi ba lahat ng mga mice ngayon optical? Like all the mice that has like the, they're all light eh. So
Kami yung may tanong. Hindi ba lahat mice ngayon optical sensor na?
Anong ginagamit ni Cherax? By the way, Cherax, I really like your profile photo. Good timing for Cowboy Bebop, especially since it's coming out on Netflix live. But yeah, do we like, did we miss something? Is there like may uso ba na mouse na hindi optical? Or
aren't they all optical sensors now? I mean, this
dati
here.
trackball siya. But that's it.
Kaya nga, so nag-hold pa rin yun, niya. If you're still using yung laser, yung as in may light na naka mas okay nga yung optical.
Huh? Aren't they all? If there's a laser, isn't that mean optical? Because that's what optical is, light.
It's ano to eh.
So meron pa rin nung may laser na nag-illuminate doon sa likod. So yung kulay red siya.
Oh.
Meron pa rin eh. Meron pa rin ganun.
Oh.
Pero iba pa yung optical. Yung optical kasi yung yung infrared. So like kahit uneven yung surface, so
Yeah,
Ayun.
Marv has a red dot. I
Mine
can see
also
the red.
has a red dot.
Mine
wait,
doesn't.
Infrared.
ito sa akin wala. Ayan,
Kami
sa
ni
akin
Rocky the
wala.
Programmer, wala. Oo. So, ano yung mas maganda? Yung meron o wala?
Yung wala.
Oo. Yeah.
Ah.
So, ito yung may optical sensor, yung wala.
Yeah, yan yung optical. Yeah.
So what do you call the one na hindi optical? Ilaw?
Ano?
Unquote
IR?
laser.
No, at least sa atin yung IR eh. May laser mouse yung tawag dun sa hindi optical.
Laser mouse.
Yeah.
It's a misnomer kasi, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Everything is optical, di ba? Pero the way it's being used, laser versus optical. I don't know why they called it that way, pero yun. But since the guy is commenting about the mouse he reviewed, looking at the specs of that, optical yung sinasabi niya. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the mouse that the comment is about is an optical mouse based on the specs.
It's really an optical mouse
Yeah.
already.
Sensor type, optical. So,
Or baka naman nag-ano lang siya nung parang conversation na, ay, okay nga eh. Parang,
hindi bot yung gusto niya sabihin. Gusto niya sabihin, the mouse is so good. When you try an optical sensor mouse, you won't go back. Parang gano'n, hindi bot.
parang nag-delve tayo masyado deep dun sa ano niya. Dun sa mind nito.
Pero mali yung conjunction, but yung ginamit eh. Parang iba yung
But ba?
specified
But?
but.
Yeah,
Wait.
Ay, nako.
Ito. Ito yung tanong.
Yeah, the mouse is good, but...
When you tried a optical mouse with sensor. Yeah, so...
Diba?
Okay, now I understand your problem. Your problem is like, it is an optical mouse, and then he's saying na, okay na sana, kaso hindi siya optical. So, nakamali si Terax. He thought it wasn't an optical mouse, but it is an optical mouse. Grabe. Kala ko sabi mo sa akin, madila yung mga tanong ngayon.
Ito, nasagot naman
Semantics.
ni Rocky the Programmer eh.
Semantics pa nga ito kasi sabi when you tried eh. So, like, is he stating na yung, like, yung current state ko nung nag-try ako ng mouse? Ano?
It's a triple semantic question. Optical, tried, and bot.
Tsaka edited na to So talagang napag-isipan tong tanong na to. It was thought about and edited and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, but my YouTube it's bad. It froze for a bit.
Green.
Pero okay na.
Green across the board. Okay, next question from Danilo De La Paz Jr. Hi sir, yung na-play ba na PSU, okay ba yun kahit na 80 plus siya? Sana masagot. I mean, in play. Whose video is this? Whose video is this?
This is actually our third question. I took Marvin's question from the YouTube comments and it's our third question for the night.
Okay.
It's our third question. Okay. Do I move on to the next question or it's the same question?
No.
The second
may experience yun.
No, the second question is from Danilo. Marvin's question is from the chat, diba? But we also have it lined up for later.
Okay. Sorry, who were we answering first? Marv.
No, Danilo.
You said that there are 3 questions lined up. This is the second question.
No, Marvin in the chat is asking a question that's already lined up.
A different Marvin. Okay.
Yeah,
The Marvin in the chat.
Marvin in the chat. Hindi ko mabasa yung chat, man. I can't see. It's so tiny.
I swear to God, we're not drunk or high or anything.
Talagang, I'm blind.
some
I'm
support.
telling you, I'm blind. I can't read it. This is weird because usually I can read all of it. Like kanina, like I was kaya ko naman sa game stream ko. Pero I really, for the love of God, I cannot read it. I can't see. I feel like I'm blind. At the same time, sobrang laki ng mga mukha nyo, pero I can't read the chat. It's like little ants that are crawling there right now.
Okay, so you're not on YouTube.
Well, I would, but I gave my brother my iPad, so I don't have an alternative.
If you log on to Restream, you can open the chat through there.
I can't open the
It's
Restream kasi baka ma-crash ulit siya.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm in a very precarious situation right now. Okay, sige. Alright, so sorry, Danilo, we'll take your question. Hi, sir, yung na-play ba na PSU, okay ba yun kahit na 80 plus siya? 80 plus? 80 plus 80,000?
Hindi daw 90 plus rated.
Rated. I mean, in play.
In play yung brand. Oh.
In play ang brand.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, something about it gaming while it was in play.
Actually, you can go to the next question kasi questions 2 and 3 are the same lang.
Okay. Sige, si Marvin De La Cruz. Ito yung Marvin na sinasabi mo.
Yeah, who's also in the chat now.
He's also live in the chat now. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it now. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Marvin from the chat. You're also in the chat. Okay. Hi, sana manotice po. I just bought an in-play G650 Pro PSU 80 plus bronze daw. Ayun. Sa nakalagay na sticker, I wanted to have a budget PSU that is 80 plus and mali ko lang is di nakapag-research if trusted ang in-play when it comes to PSU. Will it work long and safe for Ryzen 5 3400G, SSD, HDD, 2x in-play RGB fan, the fans, okay, and Frost or Freist Almay CPU cooler. I'm not familiar with the brand. And then Kingston Hyper, no GPU as of now. Sana pansin and masagot thanks and more power po. On my end, I don't know actually. I actually don't know the brand.
Yeah,
Do you know the brand?
Has anybody had experience with in-play?
In
And it
play.
looks like a local, I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
parang hindi siya
very-
masyadong reputable eh. And yun yung ano natin lagi, di ba? Na like don't skimp dun sa PSU.
Don't
Like ang
skip
dami naman,
on-
sobrang dami eh. Sobrang daming like matinong PSU, EVGA, Deepcool,
Deep
Seasonic.
cool. Yeah, deep cool.
Yung-
650 watt na
Sa-
bronze na Seasonic is like mga 3.8. I mean, it's not too bad ba?
Wait,
Yeah.
I just Jesus. I just I just googled it. This is what the in play looks like.
Is that the
1.7 1.7 yung price niya eh. So it's a big difference from the 3.8.
Well,
Malayo, in fairness.
Ay,
Yeah.
nakaharang yung question dun sa...
Nakaharang yung tanong?
Yeah.
Sorry, I recall. Let me, okay.
Well, I guess to answer the question, the whole point of 80 plus is na you can rely on it. There must be a master list of 80 plus. If you can look it up there. Actually, I'll try to look it up now. Kung lumabas naman dun, then, well, yun nga, the whole point of 80 plus, it's a universal standard. And to meet that standard, you need to pay to have somebody certify na aabot naman siya. So kung legit na 80 plus bronze, medyo, and for that price, I mean, Marvin said 1.8, Rafael is showing 2.6. So, if it is a legitimate 80 plus bronze, and then for a 3400G, which doesn't really
Need a
pull
lot of power.
yeah, I would be on board with that choice. But let me try to find the master list of the 80 plus CPUs brands.
However, well, yung danger dun is we don't parang what do you call it? These kind of brands, you're not sure if they will protect you against power surges. So Marvin, my warning lang to you is that I have a friend who's in Davao right now. He had a Corsair CPU. Corsair power supply unit. May sunog sa loob ng PC niya. As in, like, may konting sunog. And then na-fry din yung CPU niya and yung GPU. No, the GPU is fine. The CPU and the hard drive. And that was with a Corsair power supply unit. I mean, what I'm just trying to say is, if you're trying to save money on the power supply unit, it might work for a couple of weeks, maybe even years. But then you don't know when masasira lang siya. And the problem is, when it breaks down, it will take your PC with you eh. It will take the PC with it also eh. Okay na sana if the power... Usually, mga ibang problema is, the power supply unit dies, but siya lang. Yung problema, it won't protect the rest of your parts eh. So you need to trade off. Parang, I mean, 2,000 pesos for a PSU as opposed to, I think Seasonic, I think Deep Cool has a good price for like 4,000 within the same range. fine. I mean, it's double the price, but if what's additional 2,000 pesos if it saves the rest of your hardware, which could equal maybe 20,000. So parang you skipped on 2,000 to save to not save your 20,000 peso rig. So ayun, yun ang delikado lang dun. Sorry. Continue. Anyone else?
Actually, we have input from the chat. WMD Tech, shout out. I do follow Warley's channel. He's saying na In Play is managed by the same team as Envision. I don't know if that's a plus or negative. You're Rocky the programmer. So I don't know if that's a plus or a minus.
Envision, the one with the monitors. That brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no. Stick with Deep Cool. Deep Cool or ano.
Magkano yung deep cool within this range area? Around pang 4,000, no?
We carry kasi the Deep Cool 80 plus gold na fully modular 750 watts. So medyo malayo dun sa specifications ni Marvin.
Need a 450.
But the Deep Cool PSU is actually quite good for its price. And we've used it in quite a number of builds. Parang okay naman siya. So I trust Deep Cool. Yun nga, basically yung tanong, can you trust in Play? I don't know, tough call. I mean, it is a good price. Although, as Rocky the programmer knows, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, we had 2 PSUs. Yung sa St. Anthony and then yung isang customer natin. Yung Core P1, the Core P1 build. So both of them smoked up. Both PSUs fried and then there was smoke coming from them. Pero okay naman yung build sa loob. Everything else about the builds were fine. Yung isang PSU, generic power supply kasi pang office lang naman. And then the other one actually was a Corsair. CX550M. No, it was the RGB ng Corsair, RGB PSU. But both PSUs fried, but they only took the PSU. The damage didn't extend to anywhere else. So, but to answer the question, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say. Di ko rin mahanap yung In Play dun sa recognized 80 plus brands. So medyo sugal talaga siya. At the end of the day. But for a 3400G at that price, baka gusto mo magsugal. I mean, you might want to roll the dice. Yeah.
Or wag. Like, be safe and like save your money na lang. Tapos,
why you always so contrary, ah?
Hindi, tsaka yung hindi ka na mag-aalala na habang like naglalaro ka, sasabog ba yung PC ko. Parang, you can put a price dun sa peace of mind na yun eh. So, yun.
It's our age.
What do you call it, Marvin? Marvin in the chat. Just make sure if you're gonna use it, kumuha ka ng PSU at least. AVR or UPS at least para may additional protection yan. It's like taking the pill and wearing a condom at the same time. That's additional protection.
But in this case, your condom is not made of latex.
Yeah, it's okay. Now we're getting too visual, but all right, I get you. Tama naman na. All right, next question. Verdad Neil. Ano ba yan ayaw mo naman sagutin tanong ko eh? Yung RX 570 pwede po ba sa MSI A320M Pro VH? Again, yung RX 570 pwede po ba sa MSI A320M Pro VH?
So, Verdad was a YouTube comment. He commented on 3 videos and then medyo nainis na siya sa 3rd video. So, I just wanna answer, yes, compatible yung RX 570 sa A320. We do actually have a video where we talk about like bibili ka ng GPU, ano yung kailangan mo malaman para hindi masayang pera mo. Oddly enough, that was not one of the videos that he commented on. So, if you had seen that would have answered the question. But long story short, yes, it is compatible. Anybody else?
Yeah, yung GPU, walang masyadong sa motherboard eh. Walang compatibility issue. At basta nasa like from the last 20 years ka siguro.
Yeah.
Na GPU and like motherboard. Okay siya eh.
Basta PCIe slot. Kami ni Marvin, we came from the day na bago pa PCI. Marv, what was the
AGP boys. Kulay blue.
Bago pa AGP. I remember PCI ba? PCI, AGP, then PCIe.
Okay. Okay.
Dark
Video
Ages.
card.
Yeah,
Walang
ba
video
yun?
card. Sus, that matrix and the Windows WordStar.
Soldered yung ano, yung video output.
I remember when the first video cards came out, grabe yung talon sa graphics. I mean, it was really grabe. Yung like Voodoo Extreme, 3DFX.
Yeah. Yung
Ibang-
S3, yung S3. Yung sa akin, yun yung first na nun eh, S3.
Why?
Wild,
What
oh.
games were we playing with those cards? Was it Half-Life?
No, MechWarrior ata. There was a MechWarrior.
MechWarrior 3 nun, tsaka yung ano, yung Jedi, ano yun? Jedi Outcast.
Jedi Outcast.
Yeah. Yung kailangan nun ng OpenGL 1.4. Ay, 1.3.
Wait.
So,
Yung
kailangan mo
Voodoo
doon.
graphics card. Wait, what were we using for Half-Life? You're telling me processor and graphics card din lang yan?
Hindi ata 3D accelerated. That's what they used to call it before. 3D accelerated. If your game supported the card. Hindi pa ata 3D accelerated yung Half-Life eh.
Yeah,
Really?
Half-Life 1. Yung Half-Life 1.
Wow,
Yeah,
really?
one.
That's
Yeah.
impressive. So I mean, we were just using a processor to play Half-Life 1?
Everybody was.
Holy shit. Wow. Anong frame rates natin dyan dati?
Wala pa nun. Wala pa tayong pakialam nun sa ano.
Okay.
As long as it would run.
Yeah.
All right. So ano yan, about Verdad's message on YouTube. You know, we can't actually reply to all the comments all the time. We try to. However, yun nga, the way it was kind of phrased, parang like we actually like helping people out, but I don't know how to say this, but kasi
Okay. Rocky made that sadya.
Ang gaga.
Buti na lang, may cdkeyoffers.com. Madali lang ang order. Search for the software you need, add to cart, daan ka sa payment options nila.
Wala pang 5 minutes, finished! May legit working CDK ka na para sa Windows mo.
Gamitin lang aming code para makakuha pa ng discounts.
Kaya kung naghahanap ka ng legit, mura, at original software,
Check out cdkeyoffers.com.
All right.
Weapons hold.
We had some technical difficulty go on there, but so far so good. As we will now continue on to the next part of our programming. Next question is from Marlo Larida Jr. Ask ko lang po, anong volt ang gagamitin mula 2666 to 2933? HyperX 8GB? Salamat sa sagot.
Ayan, ano yan eh, halos sobrang nandun siya sa default na speed. So, ako, kung gumagana na, hindi ko na babaguhin yun.
Actually, the
1 point.
sorry, I remember you mentioned in na pwede magtanong answer dun sa forum natin na there's a certain voltage
Yeah,
threshold.
yun nga. Yun, yung 1.38, yun yung magic na ano. Don't ask me kung ba't ko alam yun and bakit yun nag-work. Basta it works. And basta yun, 1.38 yung magic na voltage. Pero yun nga, ang baba kasi nito, 266. Tapos 2933. Masyadong, hindi siya ganun, it's not pushing it eh. So, yung default na, alam ko yung default parang 1.21 ba? Or 1.30. Okay na yun. Hindi na kailangang baguhin yung voltage niyan. And yun.
This is overclocking manually, not yung XMP profile. No?
Yeah. 2933, easy. Provided na medyo modern yung CPU. Pero even still, yung Intel kasi maganda naman yung memory controllers niya. So, ayun. Kung hindi ka AMD na like yung before Ryzen, ayun. Hindi mo na kailangan baguhin yung ano.
To
Voltage.
answer Ivan Mercader's name. What do you call question? Is it still worth it to buy HDDs? Definitely. In fact, nga, I'm gonna buy a 4 terabyte Seagate Seagate Barracuda as when we get stock, because our footage is so big right now. Like we're editing with 4K video na. And we don't have any space anymore. I'm not gonna get an SSD because I realized while I was editing videos na same speed lang naman. Like at least for me, if it's 4K footage, I'm not getting any problems at all, even if the video's on HDD. In fact, nga minsan yung video is actually on an external hard drive, and I'm still able to edit perfectly well. So I don't know. And you know what? I actually game with HDD also. It might not, it might not bring out the fastest FPS for serious gaming. But if you're a casual gamer, like, I can't notice it. But anyway, I'm using it more for video content. And I believe, if you guys watched my Battlefield 2042 beta test stream, I put the beta on a hard drive, and it seemed to work pretty well. And considering I was streaming live pa also with that.
From the chat, Jaguar from YouTube, okay lang po bang tanggalin ang SATA cable ng SSD kasi lilipat ko po ng bagong case? Hindi po ba mawawala ang files? That's completely okay. As long as, you shut everything off and then that's when you unplug it. Your file should be in one piece and, the integrity should be fine. Wala yun sa cable, kumbaga. So that's fine. Shut it down, unplug the drive, and then shift it to the new case or the new computer, and it'll be perfectly okay.
All right, next question. From Saber Joey. Need help configuring VLAN. Tagging, untagging, very confusing. Hi, Rafael. Baka naman you can teach.
See, you're the Rafael because he commented this on your how to speed up internet video.
Oh, shit. Oh, that one. With the network switch.
Yeah, exactly. So this isn't Rocky the Programmer. So this one's for you.
VLAN, tagging, untagging. Very confusing. VLAN. Ano yung VLAN?
Video LAN? Yung VLC?
hindi ko nga din alam eh. Di ba virtual LAN? Is there such a thing as a virtual?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look. Kasi I made that video. Kasi actually, that video is okay. Virtual LAN. Okay.
Saka ano yung tagging, untagging?
Okay. Protocol VLAN traffic. Wait, let me switches. Hold on. VLAN works on switches can be assigned to one or more VLANs. The naming systems to be divided into logical groups based on which department they are associated with. Each VLAN provides data link access when an untagged frame is received from an attached host. Okay, this is like super technical shit. But yeah, it requires a network switch. VLANs per switching domain.
Gami.
Holy shit. Okay.
I know, right? Actually, I put this question in because I really had no idea anong VLAN, anong tagging, untagging. Although I thought Rocky the Programmer might be able to shed some light. Yeah, Moniker from YouTube also says virtual LAN,
Yeah.
VLAN.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that? Like a LAN over the internet? We could have used that back in the day when StarCraft 2 didn't have LAN support anymore.
No.
No.
I think, and I could be wrong here. I think a virtual LAN means you have one network switch, and then you.
Pero yun nga, hindi lang siya sa isang switch eh. As in, multiple siya na networks. And ayan nga, parang may mga
I think with multiple networks using limited hardware, that's the point of it being virtual. Less hardware, but serving more networks.
Yeah, tapos sobrang beyond yun doon sa scope ng video.
Actually the person who might be able to help si Jay. Is Jay in the chat? I think master si Jay sa mga ganito eh.
Ayan.
Oo.
Network expert yan
Network
si
si
Jay.
Jay eh. Well, Saber Joy, to be honest, like, yung setup namin dito sa bahay, access points with one network switch. So,
Yeah.
I never needed to work with a VLAN. And, yung mga networking, talagang, hirap talaga. Like, if you watch my video on, like, my man cave, it took me 3 or 4 months even just to get the basics. Some access points wouldn't even work then. And then finally, it just seemed to fix itself talaga. so, sorry, that's a very technical question. Like,
Ayun nga, yung tagging, ano yun eh, dun sa like infrastructure mo, meron na siyang sarili niyang protocol. Usually hindi na ikaw yung magko-configure nun.
Auto na siya. No?
Yeah. So like yung buong infrastructure mo, bawa nasa Cisco ka or something. Handled na yun nung like Cisco na infrastructure. Ay, hindi
wait,
ko alam kung
you mean the
bakit mo-
hardware? The hardware itself will do it?
Yeah, yung pag-tag, yung bali packet identification. Doon na yun sa machine eh. So, yung tagging na yun and everything, mangyayari yun doon sa initial mong setup. You don't do that after the fact. Ewan ko, so like if you have questions about this, doon sa point na yun, that means hindi ka pa alam mo yun, hindi ka pa nakakapag-setup eh. So, marami ka pang alamin. As in,
Actually,
Hindi-
ano yan? Actually, if I ano yan, I want to make an additional comment to Saber Joey. I don't know if I didn't mention this in the video about how to speed up your internet, but the reason as to why I got a network switch and got the access points is because the contract ano yan? We were referred to a network provider who would do the house. He would be the one to install the switches and do the technical shit. And then like he was gonna charge like 150,000 pesos for the hardware and the installing. So I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it myself. So the reason as to why I got into networking was in the very limited purpose of I didn't want to spend 150K. So I decided na lang to get my own hardware. I think our total hardware just came up to like what? 40,000 pesos kasi for the whole house. And then after that, the labor, ako na yun. I said like, oh man, I spent weeks. And then after that, a couple of months afterwards, networking is a very difficult thing. And what makes it really difficult is the fact that it depends on what hardware you're using. Because every hardware has its own kind of software. And so if you YouTube video, if you YouTube video how to so and so, it will give you a how to, but it might not be the same hardware and the same software. So you have to guess. So it's difficult. There's not enough YouTube videos for every software network problem right now there. And even when I thought na I got it already, grabe, some other problem showed up. Well, it was a lot of guessing, frustration talaga. So I'm sorry if we can't be of more help to you here, but just keep on researching. I mean, it's months and months. But only
Yeah,
for
tsaka-
my purpose eh. Yeah, rocket programmer.
Ay, sa bahay mo, hindi mo kailangan yung
Oh, that's also
Hindi mo
true eh.
kailangan-
Like, ito nga yun, yung VLAN tagging, for sure, kung naka-condo ka lang, hindi mo kailangan to. Kasi kung condo ka lang, you just need either one really powerful router or access point ng isa or, Google Mesh. Ayan, you don't even need to do any VLAN tagging and tagging. This virtual LAN thing is, I guess, if you own a computer shop, or a big office. And like,
yeah, and at that point, kung kailangan mo yung information na yun, siguro so nasa like ano ka, ikaw yung head IT nila.
yeah.
So you have other problems. Kung
And if
If you're head IT and you're asking us, you do have other
Oo.
problems.
Saka, hindi, kung head IT ka, then you know more than us, di ba? Well, at least dapat.
No, but I apologize if I conveyed myself in the video for being an expert. Kasi sa totoo lang, I felt really damn good making that video kasi I was like, oh my god, yung network switch parang siyang extension cord para sa network. Of course, that's very like baby step. Pero for me, na hindi masyadong like network techie, malaking bagay na yan sa akin. And I wanted to share that with other people. The problem lang is, baka you guys might have thought na super like network expert ako. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. And it works.
No. It's okay. The comments were also very clear na you didn't speed up your internet connection. You just sped up the connection to your computer or something.
Maraming negative comments nga sa YouTube video na yan na hindi naman mas mabilis eh. And ako naman, pero kung yung cellphone ko ay 100 MB on the same line, and then yung PC ko 200 MB, hindi ba bumilis nga? I mean, di ba? I mean,
ganyan din yung sa akin.
In the reality, in the real usage, bumilis nga. And I'm telling you, that's why I'm not really saying I'm a super expert. I want to have 200 Mbps on my Wi-Fi the same way I have it on my wired. But I, up to now, don't know how to do it. I've tried it back and forth. But, 100 MB is still pretty fast.
It was the same. It was the same reaction with Rocky the Programmer's video on Power LAN. Yeah.
The cables there. Medyo touchy eh. Medyo touchy yung topic about how to speed up internet. Parang parang you're promising too much even if no one paid.
Bakit ba kasi nag-clickbait sa title tsaka sa thumbnail eh?
Ayaw nyo panoorin eh. 70,000 yung subs natin. Tapos yung parang 10% lang lagi. Yun yung happy na natin.
Wait, I know how to have 200 MB on the wired and on the Wi-Fi at the same time.
Oh, how?
Subscribe to a 400 MB line. So then when you get the Wi-Fi, it will be 200. Then artificially cap your wired connection to 200.
Pwede. Oy, what do you call that?
Business line yun.
If you made that a video, ma-flame ka din sa comments. Hayop ka, Marvin.
Oh my God.
Ay, emotional tong episode na to. Yung hugot pala tayo. Ganun.
Kayo namin yung you just gotta let it go, man. Once there's a video on the internet, just let it go. Comments.
We have another question. Kaya galing to? Walang pangalan eh.
What is?
Okay. Hi, have you tested the monitor with the rig? My dad told me monitor is not turning on. Actually, okay na po. Di lang nabuksan ng dad ko yung monitor. Haha. Thanks, sorry sa abala. Okay. So I know why Anton put this question here. It's because it's one of the most common questions we always get the moment we give a customer asks us to build a PC. The very first question. There are always two eh. The first one is, walang signal yung monitor. And pangalawa, walang internet or walang Bluetooth yung Wi-Fi. Walang Wi-Fi at saka walang Bluetooth. So, to answer the first one, usually, number one is the monitor. If it's a fresh PC, like you're just excited ka, you're like, oh, sige, I'll just plug everything in. Okay, it fits. Ayan, game na, right? The thing is, if you plug in the display port, usually HDMI port na nagkakamali sila. Dapat sa GPU eh. The GPU, does the GPU has a USB-C port na rin? Diba for the USB-C monitors? Meron na?
No. Hindi.
Diba some monitors have USB-C na? So,
yeah, pero kailangan mo nung pass-through papunta sa motherboard. Yung USB 1 something. USB-C 1 cable something.
So
kailangan may motherboard ka na may pass-through for GPU.
So that's one of the exceptions in which you can attach your monitor to the motherboard instead of the GPU. If there's a USB-C pass-through MOBO.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, for us normal people, DisplayPort needs to go to the DisplayPort dun sa video card or HDMI port of the video card. Usually, some people put the HDMI into the MOBO. Tama? Usually.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yun din parang itong problem na to, parang sa umpisa parang ang funny, di ba? Parang how silly can you be? Pero if you can, kung like papanoorin nyo lang kami sa shop and like witness yung stupid shit na we do. may inaano ko eh, Kinento ko yata to last month yata. Sinabi ko na meron akong binuboot, ay meron akong tino-troubleshoot, tapos ayaw mag-boot. Tapos nilipat-lipat ko lang yung parts, tapos suddenly, nag-work na. So, hindi pala siya nagbo-boot kasi hindi nakakabit yung HDMI dun sa monitor habang nagte-test ako.
So it wasn't attached to anything. As in like,
No, so like
hindi naka-plug
yung
talaga.
HDMI nasa PC.
Oh.
Tapos yung HDMI papunta sa monitor, nakita ko na hindi nakasaksak.
So yung monitor
So,
was
diba?
like wireless. Wireless monitor.
Delete ako ng delete na, oh my God, ayaw mag-post. Grabe, sobrang seryoso nito, bro. Sobrang seryoso nito. Wait lang.
yung kwento mo last month, 75% lang. Ayaw mag-boot,
Yeah.
tapos linipat-lipat mo yung part.
Yeah.
Yun yung buong kwento. Hindi
Yeah.
pala nakasakyan naman.
So yun nga. So like kaya nga, so give yung dad nito some slack kasi kahit yung mga alam talaga eh. Kahit yung mga alam talaga magkakamali ng ganun. Kasi oftentimes we don't check yung pinaka basic. Yeah, sorry.
Actually, that's exactly why I put this question in. Actually, this was from a customer. He bought 2 PCs na from us, and then this was the second PC, and he messaged na, oy, yun nga, hindi gumagana, and then we weren't able to reply to it right away. Then after an hour, he was like, okay na, di pala na-on yung monitor. And yun lang yung problema dito, hindi naka-on. I think tama naman yung pagkasaksak. But yeah, it's just, like what Rocky the programmer was saying, sobrang basic, but it really happens eh. Even to us, like yun nga, I posted about my time sa shop na, uy, ba't ayaw mag-boot nung test rig namin? Tapos kinalikot ko yung SSD, kinalikot ko yung CPU, and then hindi ko rin maalala, onboard graphics ba to? Kasi we keep changing the default of our test rig eh. So hindi ko maalala kung onboard graphics ba or hindi. So I put in a GPU. And then finally, wala palang lecheng RAM. Which is super basic also, di ba? I mean, that's ridiculous. And then it took me like 20 minutes or so, like, modeling around with that system. So, yeah, I put this in more as like, the super basic things can happen to anybody. And sometimes people in Facebook, especially because that's where we post a lot, think that we're making fun of the beginners and things like that. But that's not true at all. Actually, we make fun of ourselves all the time because we always forget the basic things. And you could see it in the shop. Oh,
We're laughing with them.
yeah. We feel you, man. We feel you. Talagang it's this stuff happens all the time. Even for people.
Sorry, let me interrupt you. Shout out to RJ Kare who's in the chat.
Oy, RJ Kare. Why are you
Maglalaro
not?
ba tayo ng Back for Blood?
Tinanong nga yun ni Marvin. Marvin was asking the same question.
You have to buy the game na, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still on PC access.
There's your answer, RJ. We're gonna wait for discount now. Discount. Wait, and anyway, so the thing about the monitor, I think it's also because when you get a new PC, you're not really in your best state of mind. You're really excited. Actually, nakaka-stress eh. Like you got a box full of shit. Like you got so much wires there. And so it's sort of like a chore na you're excited, so you're not in the right state of mind. And then, yun nga, you're just in a hurry to plug everything in. Sometimes, actually, even when I was younger, I was like, wala akong pake sa cable management. Basta nag-fit, nag-on, holy shit. I'm gonna spend 6 hours gaming even though sobrang kalat yung kwarto ko, boxes, everything. That's like all secondary. Cleaning up is always secondary. That's the thing eh. So, iba yung state of mind mo when you get a new PC. And the second thing is the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi, kasi when we deliver the PC, we don't attach the antennae to the motherboard kasi baka masira in transit. Kasi they're
And it won't
antennae
fit. Usually won't fit into the box mismo. Parang mayuyupi siya eh.
Oh, and so like people are wondering, hindi gumagana yung Wi-Fi, hindi gumagana yung Bluetooth. Kailangan i-attach mo yung antennae. Usually the antennae, their antennas or whatever, they're in the motherboard box. So you might forget because nag-boot siya. Nasa Windows ka. Pero bakit walang Wi-Fi? That's the thing eh. Windows doesn't forewarn you na, baka nakalimutan mo i-attach yung antenna. In fact, there really should be an error code. Hey, walang antenna. Diba? Dapat may error code yan eh. Are you sure? In fact, let me just say that's one thing that Apple is good at talaga. being an annoying, as in what do you call it, commenter. Do you want to connect to this? Do you want to accept this? Do you want that? Apple is good at that. When it comes to that annoying stuff like that. But, it'll be handy for like Microsoft to point out yung super basic stuff na parang, hey, baka gusto mo i-attach yung antennas. Ayaw mo? Okay lang. Basta alam mo na hindi naka-attach.
That's the
Olivia-
problem with with like yung custom na PCs kasi walang standards. So iba-iba sila ng implementation. So mahirap.
Well, that's also the
Yun
problem.
yung
yeah.
advantage. Yung advantage talaga ng Apple over everyone. Yung
They make the hardware, they make the software.
And it's just one version. Or
yeah.
with variations.
Olivia from YouTube is asking when we're going to release the review video of the Sihu M57.
I think I think Olivia, you commented on that on that video. I'm actually in the process right now working with it. Right now, if you look at it, I'm actually using the Aeron because I'm in preparation of doing a video comparison between 3 chairs with the Sihu. And the best way to do a comparison is to go back to my old chair, which I left for a month. And then after that, I'm going to jump back into the Sihu. So talagang that I'm putting in legitimate effort in actual comparison. So when we release the video, it will be I already know the title. The ultimate Sihu M57 review. I've already checked out all the other YouTube videos. No one has compared the M57 to like the Aeron and a gaming chair. Wala. Sobrang we'll be the first ones. So the ultimate. It might be too long, but medyo obsessive ako sa upuan. So there might be other people like me who are out there who are also obsessive. So this one's for you. And everyone else like us. Alright, moving on to the next question. From Mitsu Ayos. Hi, my browser is eating too much RAM. Na Google Chrome ka ba? I tried Brave, Firefox, and Opera, but none of them is using less RAM. Ano ba mas magandang suggestion na browser and tips na rin po? Low-end po PC ko, AMD A8, and 8GB RAM. Actually, 8GB RAM isn't so bad. Unless, depende actually. Wait, what?
No.
No, sorry, may question sa chat.
Oh.
Bakit sa YouTube mukhang bata si Anton, pero dito mukha siyang matanda?
YouTube kasi nagme-makeup.
Oo,
Dito, kakagising lang dito.
Deepfake yung video sa YouTube eh. Parang inaano yung mukha, parang fina-flatten. Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. But actually, to answer the question of Mitsu Yahos, I only have 12GB of RAM, DDR3, and I use 3 browsers at the same time. Firefox, Chrome, and Brave. And then multiple tabs on silang lahat. Okay naman yung performance eh. So, there might be some. Of course, we have a different CPU, but it's not that bad. Maybe I don't know how many tabs you're opening. Baka there's an underlying malware on your PC that you might want to look at. That's eating up your.
Will it help if he deletes cookies? Does it not clear up RAM?
Clear kasi siya yung current na usage niya. I'm asking naman, kasi parang sinabi ko na rin to dun sa answer ko dyan. Like, sabi niya eating too much RAM. Ano yung like metrics mo dun? Are you like looking dun sa task manager and seeing na may 6GB RAM halimbawa? Or
slow,
mabagal yung PC? Kasi ewan ko eh. Kasi how can you tell na mabagal yung PC na RAM problem yun? If it's just yung metrics na makikita mo na parang let's say 3GB RAM yung pinakain niya, tapos okay pa naman yung PC mo, then hindi yun issue. Kung bumabagal siya, edi ayun, may something na dun. Pero ewan ko.
Actually, yeah, say Marv.
Your browser will tell you if it crashes because of too little RAM. Parang like Chrome has this page where it will gray out and it'll say
and then may
kulang ng RAM. It will say that kulang yung RAM talaga mismo. Cannot load because of memory, whatever. I've seen it multiple times, so
yeah, but
lang masasabi.
How many tabs did you have open na when you saw that?
Well, right now I have 1, 2,
Okay lang ba naman?
3,
1,
4,
2,
5.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
I
12.
have 8 windows and each window has
Times.
15
Multiply.
tabs. 15 tabs. So, yun.
So 8 times 15?
Oh my God.
Huh? Yeah,
This
15
one,
tabs
8
yeah,
per window.
per
What's wrong
window.
with you?
per window.
Ito, hindi siya nagka-crash. So, malamang, at that time, it
Yeah,
crashed.
tsaka yung iba kasi nagsisleep, di ba? Nagsisleep ng
Yeah.
tabs. Yeah.
And at that time, siguro, I had multiple YouTube naka-on.
Holy
Naka-pause lang. And I was running Netflix and
Holy
Prime.
shit, Marv. Are you
So, doon siya
serious?
nagka-crash.
Holy
But,
okay,
shit.
bro?
like right now, it's fine.
Wow, what do you call that? That's it.
Wanna talk about this or?
That's how you work. That's how you work pala with an in. You have as your white noise sa background, yung mga shows and stuff.
Yeah, minsan.
Oh my
Kaya
god.
actually, so medyo nabawasan na to because if you guys didn't notice, Chrome a couple of months back updated na it has that dark circle triangle thing at the right side where you can now search tabs.
Yeah.
And it gives you the option to go to when you open a tab when it's already opened to the same website, it gives you the option to open a fresh tab or switch to the tab that's already open. So
No, sorry.
it's reduced.
Sorry, my brain shut off na. I realized, damn dog. Anton, we need to make some video content out of Marvin, like a day in the life. I want to see this. This should be on video na. What do you call it? May pagka-obsessive compulsive pala si Marv.
That's why I brought up Marvin's browsing habits kasi alam ko talaga ang daming tabs niyan.
Grabe.
I know.
How many monitors you got there, Marv?
Just to
Holy shit.
which
Oh my God.
Ano ginagawa ng ibang 15 na tabs?
just
Dami.
here I have one tab that's dedicated to my main email and the tabs are open to
Oh my
1,
god.
2, 3, 5 different emails and then minsan nakakonekta sa Google Drive yung ibang tabs and then
Dude, Marvin, my god. What do
Why
you call
do you
it?
need to have them up lagi? Why
don't know.
go? Control team na lang, tapos punta mo na pag kailangan.
Teka, Marv, what do you call that? So wait, with that takes a lot of work, to set up every morning. So I guess you don't turn off your PC at all until the end of the day, and then it takes you how long ba to set it up again? Mga 10 minutes or 15 minutes to get all the tabs in?
So,
I just-
naka-open yun at like at launch, naka-open siya. Like, default
Yeah.
tabs opened.
well no hindi naman.
You need to manually set it up every morning.
No,
Okay, so you
I am in the middle of a project.
okay,
I just
you get there.
hibernate my computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just gets there. Yeah, over time it accumulates. Yeah.
Oh
So,
my
magsa-start yun ng
god.
magsa-start yun ng one tab na like google.com.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the day, you're at 115 tabs.
So
Kasi-
ito, I just shut down. I restarted the computer yesterday. So this is just from yesterday.
So ano yan?
8 times 15, ha?
So ano yan? When you shut down, tapos ano yan? Blank canvas ka na. What do you feel? Do you feel
Nirvana.
insecure? No, I know. Parang I don't wanna say Nirvana eh. Do you feel insecure na blank canvas? Yung desktop mo na nakikita mo yung like hold on. How often do you see your
God.
wallpaper? How often do you see your wallpaper? Yun ang tanong ko. Baka you don't get to see the wallpaper at all. Like ever. Like,
Every 2 weeks.
oh, grabe. Never
Yeah.
occurred to me that some
Kaya sabi ni
people-
Katima Gaming, Marv is an AI daw. And tama eh. Grabe.
That's not even counting the Excel sheets I have open and Word documents
Oh,
I have
man.
open. These are just the tabs.
Oh man, Marv, you should
Yeah.
really invest in the Stream Deck. I'm telling you, like one button will open up 15 tabs for you if you want. I mean,
Maybe
that's what you
Maybe-
want.
Maybe you should invest dun sa tamang tab management. Parang let's not enable him anymore.
Yeah.
Guys,
Now this
Chrome has grouping now, etc. Before I use Firefox, gusto ko yung 3 tabs. That was the best But now kasi walang 3 tabs per Chrome na hindi what do you call this? Horizontal.
So hindi pa enough. Hindi pa enough.
Hindi pa.
However, you know what? For peace of mind, Marv, I recommend that you press the minimize button. You know this? I program my Stream Deck na one button. It minimizes everything. Then you press it again. It'll bring everything back to where it was. So you can see your wallpaper naman at least once a while. Or like, kung gusto mo mag-break, edi mag-minimize ka. Like, para maninis tingnan. Even if it's just for the break. Then you come back, you press it again.
Actually, the desktop, di ba, Windows 10 has those desktops. So that sort of helped a bit, but I keep forgetting to use it. So I just then it starts accumulating again.
Yeah, bro. We really should make a video on Marv. When COVID's all over, we should just go film. Day in the life. We'll be in the bedroom, Marv. You just pretend we're not there. We're filming. Parang you just woke up, pumunta ka sa PC, nandyan na, and then alam mo yung mga YouTube videos about yung mga Japanese guys who live in like a comp shop, and then they're like, yeah, I live in a comp shop kasi I'm happy here. Ganun.
Doon yung happiness ni Sir Marv, yung sa tabs.
I'll just repeat two jokes from the chat about Marvin's tabs. One from Casey Bolios from Katiba Gaming na I guess Marv really keeps tabs.
Pwede.
Wait.
Casey Bolios, parang si Sir Marvin nag-hold ng Pandora files or Pandora papers.
Ikaw yung whistleblower yung ano.
And may current events pa eh. Very relevant eh.
Grabe.
You skipped Casey Bolios' comments.
No, yeah. Sorry to bring it back to the question, but Marvin has 16 gigabytes and he has 8, di ba 16 Marv, tama, di ba?
Yeah, 16 gigabytes.
So with 16 gigabytes, you can have 8 browsers with 15 tabs at a minimum. So, at
Kalahati nun.
di ba? At 8 gigabytes, you should really be able to have a lot of tabs open. I mean, yes, there's a disparity in CPU, pero yun nga, baka you might want to reformat or something. There might be already something residing on your computer.
And also, the best way to check if there's a virus on your PC is you task manager with everything off.
I thought we were gonna go to our sponsor, Super Anti-Spyware.
Super anti-spyware!
Pwede din. See, RJ Kara, if you're in the chat, yeah, Super Anti-Spyware. But yeah, if you turn every program off, in fact, the best way is mag-shutdown ka ng PC, turn it on again, and then turn off everything that pops up, and then after that, open Task Manager. If your RAM is still being used, even when everything is off, then you know something's wrong and something's hijacking. Don't worry, that happened to me.
Let's bring this up because I found it really weird. Something that really causes computer to slow down. If you leave Windows default picture viewer on, it slowly starts to eat up RAM until
Anong picture viewer?
When you click on a picture.
In default
yeah.
picture viewer.
I don't know why, but parang
Wait, if you open a photo and you just leave it on, it will eat up RAM?
Leave it there. It will cause your computer to slow down eventually. I don't know why. I've tested this like
Telemetry nila yun.
2 to 3 times. I don't know why. So now whenever in the rare times that I have to click on a picture, I shut it off. And these aren't even big pictures. These are just scans. I mean, the people who send me non-PDF scans of documents and then it's in a JPEG file and they accidentally leave it lying there. It will slowly slow down my computer. I don't know why. So baka yun yung problema niya. Too many pictures.
Actually, WMD Tech in the chat mentioned Opera. I think it has a RAM limiter. Opera ba? Sorry, I kind of lost the code. But I think
Pero
I've never used Opera, so
I used Opera.
Very sketchy na yung Opera.
Ngayon?
Talaga?
I used Opera ages ago. Opera kasi
Malware, yeah.
very minimalist style yung Opera dati, like back in 2008. I used it for like maybe 2 years and then after that, switched to Chrome. Medyo dumami yung bloatware eh. Pero I like the look of Opera before. I don't know what it looks like now.
it was more kasi for Apple, wasn't it? Parang mas sa Apple devices yung Opera.
All right, next question. Anonymous, hi po, magtatanong lang po sana if anong problem kung namamatay bigla yung monitors ko after opening or launching a game like Genshin, but the PC is still running but both of my monitors are losing the signal from the PC.
Oh.
Is that a power supply issue po ba? Like example, if I opened the PC then started the game with no other tabs or applications running in the background, as soon as the game starts, the monitor just turns off and says no signal, but the PC is still running. I can still hear the in-game sounds running. Doesn't that mean black screen to?
Hindi, parang signal. Nawawala lang ng signal daw sa monitor.
Sorry, I'm waving at your daughter, bro. She hit her head on the door because she wanted to get in. She's like, I think she's ramming her headbutting, and then now she's happy. She's content to just look at me through the glass window.
I could hear her nga in the background somewhere.
Yeah, she used her head as a battering ram. I felt bad. She started crying. She realized that that's kind of painful pala to do. Anyway.
Well, you should learn that early on in life. That
There we
yeah.
go.
I wasn't sure about this question, although I put it in because we had a customer with a similar problem. Parang for the customer, parang nagka-crash siya, pero same, black screen, pero you could still hear the sounds of the game, and then he was able to. I think nakwento ko na rin to dati.
Both
Sorry?
both monitors din yung sa...
Single lang siya for this customer. Parang nakwento ko na ata dati, he finally traced it to a Windows update that overclocked his GPU automatically without telling him. Wala siyang ginawa. So the GPU was running faster than the spec of the manufacturer, and that was causing the crashes. Basically, this was a crash. So when he when he manually set the speed of the GPU, okay na. And before we arrived at that solution, which in fairness, it was the customer that finally hit on the solution. We replaced the PSU, we did all of the usual things, but it kept crashing. It was only that thing na we or the customer manually lowered down the speed of the GPU, the clock speed. Napansin niya na, but parang taas nung clock speed ng GPU ko. And that's when, okay na, he was able to play games again without any problems. So I'm not sure if here in this instance, the monitor is losing signal or nagka-crash talaga yung computer, and the final artifact of what you hear is just the sounds of the game. But yun, at least that from our experience, that's one answer to this kind of scenario. Although even that one medyo weird. I mean, that's kind of uncommon na a Windows update will basically overclock your GPU without any input from the user.
That happens?
Yeah, that happened nga to one of our prominent customers.
You know what? If I remember right, ano yung mga Windows updates na medyo fail?
Dami. Every time there's a Windows update, we get a surge of customer messages na, "Sir, hindi gumagana yung Wi-Fi ko, binili ko yung motherboard ko sa inyo, yung Bluetooth ko nawala after Windows update, ayaw na mag-boot, nagka-crash." Every time there's a Windows update, we get this surge of messages.
All right, sorry. Moving on to the next question because we have a time limit actually tonight. Alrighty, so Kenshin Neri, hi. I will not introduce any introduction. Na po, since I need your answers urgently. A malware got into my PC and it got hacked. Ooh. Then my drivers did not work anymore, like the local disk C. How can I fix this? Can a proper resetting of PC can fix this? Please help. Really need it. Sorry for the bad grammar. I'm stressed out. I'd be stressed out too. Holy shit.
Hindi, ayun nga eh. It's one of those questions nga na ito yung gusto kong i-address dun sa next na video namin, yung how to troubleshoot your PC. Kasi pwedeng dinidescribe niya is what he thinks is happening and not what's actually happening. Kasi
wow,
how can you
we're very philosophical here, huh? Grabe,
how can you
existentialism.
how can you tell na may malware tapos it got hacked? Kasi those two things are pwedeng totally different na na things. Tapos when my drivers did not work anymore, how can you tell? Ano yung symptoms? You're describing things na you're describing symptoms eh. You're not describing the problem. 'Di ba? Ano yung steps niya para makita niya na merong malware tapos or na ano yung observation
I got you. Essentially, Rocket Program, you're saying stuff like Then my drivers did not work anymore. Anong driver? Yung video drivers.
I-
Maraming
I was
drivers sa
going to
PC
say,
Marami.
I
Sobrang
don't-
dami.
I don't
Sabi
think
niya,
he means driver. I
Yeah,
think it's a
sabi niya
typo.
local disk C.
Yeah.
O baka like yung main na drive niya hindi na nag-work. Kasi that's
Oh,
something else din.
oh, okay. Drive C. Okay, kala ko
Yeah.
well, that's why. Medyo important with the terminology. Kala ko like yung GPU drivers.
Yeah. So
like
yun,
the
yun,
local
yun,
PC.
yun yung nire-write ko na video ngayon na like isa nga doon na like identify mo yung problem, not the symptom. Kasi yan, ganito kasi yung mangyayari if like meron ka ng parang yung mang inclined ka na to believe na hindi malware to. So yun yung magiging gagawin mong troubleshooting steps.
But
Hindi.
but to answer Kenshin,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
need
to
to just do the nuclear option.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tama naman siya doon. Tama siya doon na reformatting the PC will 100% fix this.
Yeah, reform like hardcore. And like if you think na talagang virus talaga yan, select the hardcore reformat, the one na you super matagal. Kasi there are two kinds of reformats. The one na you maintain the files, and the other one na talagang everything gone. And you know what? For your peace of mind, you should just go with the everything gone. You know, I said earlier sa mga unang Pwede Magtanong episodes that my PC used to coexist with a virus for like 5 years. And then we sort of had this mutual relationship na...
Bruce.
Oh, na, sorry, nag-install ako ng virus scanner. Sorry, hindi ko gagawin talaga. Hindi ko na. As in like, sobrang nakagalit yung virus. As in like, hindi like shutting down, restarting the PC the moment it attempt na I installed the virus. Sorry po. So like I was like kasi you know, in my mind at the time, I was like mas importante maglaro ng Warcraft 3 eh. So in my mind, just as long as gumana yung Warcraft 3 sa BNet, okay na yan sa akin. So like, okay, sige, you wanna live in my PC but you don't want me to install a virus scanner, sige. Just let me play Warcraft 3, I'll let you live. And by the way, nakuha ko yung virus na yan from Be Connected sa EGI Taft Tower. So if ever one good thing about, not going to school anymore is I don't go to these comp shops where, these kids, they stick their USBs everywhere. And like, think about a comp shop as like virus heaven, okay? It's like the prostitute den for PCs. Like, you stick any hard drive in there, I'm for sure you got the gnarliest looking kind of virus there. Then after that, you put it back in your PC. Oh man, you're taking that home, man. Yeah, grabe.
Yung sagot ko lang kay Kenshin is super anti-spyware. I don't care what it is, what the problem is. Yun na yun. I'll take care of it.
I actually use super anti-spyware. But then I got a actual spyware. What did I get? What did I get, bro? Virus scanner.
Di ba McAfee or Norton? I don't know,
No way.
Windows Bytes?
No. Byte Defender. Byte Defender. Yeah.
Oh, Byte Defender, yeah.
I got Byte Defender.
BIT, di ba?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, BIY.
Defender.
Bit Defender pala. Oh. Okay. Next question. Oh yeah, sabi ni Katima Gaming, condom for USB. I wish, may virus scanner ba that exists inside the USB to protect it from infection when it goes to a PC?
Abstinence. Huwag kang mag-dikit ng USB anywhere.
Abstinence.
Google Drive. Google Drive ka na lang.
Prevention is better than cure.
Yeah. Wala eh. Walang like auto-running na virus scanner.
From Robertson Rivera. Hi, I'm planning to buy a new desktop computer, but I'm not very keen on the specifications I'll be needing. My current laptop is Asus ZenBook UXF with the following specs. i7 855 CPU, install pen and touch, no pen. I'd like to have a similar or higher specification that enable me to lessen my time running Autodock, Vina, and Autodock tools. these are apps that are high in CPU usage used in computational chemistry. My usual run is 1.5 hours to 2 hours computational trials.
Damn.
And yung sagot niya dyan, sir, ano eh, yung nga 5950X. Kasi itong Autodoc, ano siya eh, may ganito rin kaming deployment eh. Ano siya, nagta-take advantage siya ng multiple cores, hindi lang multiple threads. So, yun, 5950X talaga. Although yung sagot ko rin sa kanya, pwede rin siyang mag-explore nung ano, kasi merong Autodoc na nagra-run sa GPU. Pero kailangan lang niya ng NVIDIA na container. So, ayun, mas better yun. And provided na maganda yung GPU niya pala. Basta meron nung GPU na may tensor cores. So, RTX 2000 pataas.
Actually, I included this question kasi parang I was super interested in your answer to him. Ano ba yung Autodoc? Pang machine learning ba siya? Because he mentioned na parang he
parang-
wanted to...
Para siyang protein folding, pero mas
Ah.
nasa, like, nando sa chemistry. Nasa chemical. So, may mga test results lang siyang magagawa.
Kasi yun yung super repetitive, di ba? I mean, it's
Yeah,
basically what you're sa ano.
Parang recursive yung ano niya, yung method nung ano. Yung sa amin, yung sa friend ko, ang gamit namin Epic na server. So,
Yeah, I was
like,
wondering ano yung
64
use case ninyo.
yeah, 64 64 cores. So, ayun. Pero yun nga, isa yan sa mga, kasi kadalasan yung mga old school na ganyan na tests, single core pa rin eh. Kaya isa nga yan sa mga konti na multiple cores yung multi-threaded na workload.
Okay. Well, yun. I just found it an interesting question kasi hindi siya pang gaming. I mean, a lot of the questions we get are, what's the best GPU for gaming? Ito yung budget ko. Ano yung magandang build for gaming? Or I play Valorant, or I play Battlefield. So this one was more, it was more work-related, more science-based a little bit. So that was an interesting question. Although generally, like if you're on a laptop and you need to do heavy-duty work like that, talagang desktop. I mean, even if you don't get a 5950X, maybe a R7 5800X, or depending on your budget, I think you'll really see much better performance than a laptop. Kasi medyo constrained talaga performance mo sa laptop.
Kahit naka-plug, pa rin, gimp pa rin yung performance kasi nga mainit, di ba?
Yeah. So if it's not the power draw that you need, it's the heat that's generated. Because they really needed to shrink everything into that portable device. So a lot of stuff had to be compromised on a little bit. Not to say naman, I mean, they're very nice heavy-duty laptops. We were able to try one from Asus ROG. So may laptops naman na performance, but price to performance for heavy-duty applications like this, it's really hard to beat a dedicated desktop. We do actually get some interesting queries from professionals, non-gaming. I'm into fluid dynamics. I have a company that does consultations for concrete manufacturers, and our work is to run fluid dynamics and real hardcore stuff like that. And I always I'm fascinated when we get those kind of inquiries, even though I have to tell them, no, sorry, I can't get a Threadripper, or hanggang 5950X lang. Kasi the third generation Threadripper is basically impossible to get here sa atin. I keep asking our suppliers, meron ba? And they're like, wala talaga.
Wala talaga, or they had but it's always sold out?
Whenever I ask, they always say sold out. They can't say when they're getting more.
But they exist. Like, they have maybe like one that comes every 3
In the
months.
Philippines.
Mga ganun.
Pwede sila mag-Epic kasi alam ko mas available yung Epic ngayon imbis sa Threadripper.
Better ba yung performance? I mean,
Yeah. Way
comparison?
better.
Yung Epic?
Yeah, kasi yun nga, maraming constraints. Ang dami namin constraints doon. So, kailangan naka-server rack ka. Kailangan ECC na memory. So, as in, papatong-patong yung cost. Pero, yun nga, available siya.
But that's the downside of Epic. Medyo specialized, mas specialized hardware.
Yeah. Yung motherboard niya rin, iba. Mahal din.
Well, with the third generation Threadripper, you also need medyo specialized mobile to get the RAM that you want.
TR something. Nakalimutan ko
Yeah.
yung...
TRX, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Sorry, that's the last of our questions. But let's take one last question from the chat. This is from Rocky the Programmer, si John Paul Garcia. Good evening po, Sir Rock. Ask ko lang, baka may alam kayong pwede magkunan ng information about Cisco Hub Router Switch. Scene 3, can't read it, 2021 po. 2-day kulang ang tulong, pasensya sa disturb. Are you familiar with this? Ano yun? Cisco Hub Router Switch?
No.
Me also. Sorry.
So, kailangan yung pumunta mismo sa Cisco. Parang manuals, ganun. I don't know. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung question niya eh.
Ako din eh. Wait, teka lang. I'm also just reading it again. It's essentially just general information about the router. Okay. Sorry. And then you're gonna have to be more specific. Medyo yung router talagang kailangan ng dalawang encyclopedia just to understand eh. But if you're asking about if we recommend the Cisco switch,
depende sa usage. Kung hindi ka naman industrial or like mission critical na bahay lang, okay na yung D-Link.
Yeah, D-Link na gigabit. D-Link gigabit or how do they pronounce it? Kasi gigabit yung nakalagay, pero I wanna say gigabyte.
Yeah, gigabit.
Gigabit. Yeah. Like ako, I just have a D-Link na gigabit. I mean, like if it's for house, yeah, don't skip. I mean, you don't need to go overboard. Alrighties. Everyone, thank you for joining our show. And I'm glad everyone is staying safe, especially since our Delta variant cases are down. We'll be releasing more content for you, especially because it's almost the Christmas season. So we're doubling down on the content to help you guys know what to buy. Whether that be from our store or someone else's store. Because in the end, you're watching our videos and we make money from that too. So, good. What? You guys want to add anything? We're all laughing. What is there someone in the chat saying? What?
There is somebody in the chat.
I see someone in. What do you call it? We have a demon in the chat.
Next one, di ka magagawa ito.
All right, guys. Good night, and thanks for joining us. Bye.
Happy Friday.